Today we're heading back to Nevada, a state shrouded in mystery. Nevada, well, oh, she's a real beauty. But with a dark side, this land's seen it all. From the gold rush to glittering casinos, shimmering cities rising like mirages from the dust. Beneath this rugged exterior lies a wild history. Ready to explore? Let's go. Welcome to Screamville. Now, before we dive into the spooky stuff, let's rewind a bit. See, Nevada wasn't always the gambling mecca we know today. Back in the 1800s, it was considered a harsh and unforgiving territory, mostly inhabited by Native American tribes who understood the secrets of surviving in this extreme environment. Then came the whispers of gold. Like a siren song, it lured folks from all corners of the earth, desperate to strike it rich. Prospectors, gamblers, and dreamers flooded into Nevada, transforming sleepy settlements into boom towns practically overnight. The discovery of the Comstock lode, one of the richest silver deposits the world had ever seen, cemented Nevada's fate. The Silver State was born, and with it came a wave of lawlessness, violence, and ambition that left an undeniable mark on the land. Miners toiled in dangerous conditions, their lives claimed by cave-ins, explosions, and the ever-present dust that choked their lungs. Gunfights erupted in dusty streets, and fortunes were won and lost in the blink of an eye. Nevada's history is a roller coaster, my friends. The boom times were wild, but the busts hit hard. Ghost towns, once teeming with life, stand as silent reminders of the fleeting nature of fortune. The echoes of laughter and music faded, leaving behind an eerie silence. These abandoned places, marked by tragedy and loss, became fertile ground for legends of restless spirits. The miners who lost their lives in the mines were said to still be searching for their fortunes, their pickaxes ringing out in the dead of night. Even as Nevada evolved, embracing new industries like gambling and entertainment, the shadows of the past remained. From the glittering casinos of Las Vegas to the dusty saloons of forgotten towns, there's a palpable sense of history, a feeling that you're walking in the footsteps of those who came before. Now let's move on over to Virginia City. Back in the day, this place was a boom town, crawling with miners looking to strike it rich. They say that for every ounce of silver they pulled from the earth, a soul was lost. Mines collapsed, fires raged, and folks disappeared under mysterious circumstances. You walk these streets today, and it's like stepping back in time. The buildings are preserved, the saloons still standing. But something isn't right. There's a heaviness in the air, a sense that something else is here with us. People whisper about seeing shadowy figures peer out from the windows of abandoned buildings. They hear the clinking of glasses from empty saloons, the ghostly laughter of long-gone prospectors. Just a stone's throw from Virginia City, perched high on a hill, sits the Gold Hill Hotel. Built in 1859, it's one of the oldest hotels in Nevada, and let me tell you, it's seen its fair share of heartache and tragedy. Back in its heyday, the Gold Hill Hotel was a popular spot for miners to spend their hard-earned wages. Whiskey flowed freely, fortunes were won and lost at the card tables, and the air crackled with excitement and danger. But tragedy struck time and again. Fires ravaged the hotel, claiming lives and leaving scars on its wooden frame. And then there were the stories of the women, the ladies of the night who met their end within these walls, their souls forever bound to the place where they breathed their last. Today, the Gold Hill Hotel is a popular destination for ghost hunters and curious travelers alike. Guests have reported strange noises, flickering lights, and even full-bodied apparitions appearing in their rooms at night. Similar to the story of the Silver Queen Hotel, a female spirit known as Rosie is said to inhabit room 4. Some believe she might have been a lady of the night in her past life, and she seems to have claimed this room as her own. Guests entering the room often report being surrounded by the strong scent of roses, a signature sign of Rosie's presence. She is also known for her playful tendencies, frequently turning the lights on and off and rearranging personal belongings of those staying in the room. One story, shared by Melody, the once hotel manager, illustrates Rosie's mischievous side. A guest had neatly placed her belongings on the high canopied bed, including her keys. She stepped into the bathroom briefly, and upon returning, found the keys missing. After searching the room, she glanced at the bureau once more, and there were her keys, despite not being there moments earlier. "My husband and I also experienced more of Rosie's antics," said the guest. After a long day exploring Virginia City, she was eager to soak in the luxurious bathtub. When she entered the bathroom to prepare her bath, the tub stopper was nowhere to be found, not on the brass soap holder, the sink, or the wooden towel shelves. She left to tell her husband about the missing stopper, but when she returned to the bathroom, there it was, sitting on the golden brass soap holder as if it had never been gone. Now let's talk about William in room 5. This male spirit is believed to be one of the 47 miners who perished in the devastating fire that tore through the Yellow Jacket mine located just behind the hotel. Guests entering room 5 often notice a strong smell of tobacco. William is known for his mischievous streak, occasionally playing practical jokes on the living. One guest reported that after they dined in the elegant restaurant, they returned to their room with the key, leaving the door unlocked as she knew her husband would follow shortly. She decided to relax and read on the veranda. About 15 minutes later, her peaceful moment was interrupted when her husband, standing below on ground level, called out to her after finding himself locked out. It seems William couldn't resist a bit of fun and had locked the door for his amusement. When the hotel is quiet, Melody has reported hearing the laughter and playful footsteps of unseen children running through the upstairs halls, often accompanied by the delightful aroma of chocolate chip cookies. A group of ghost hunters following a meeting at the hotel set up their equipment and found that the great room remains a favorite gathering spot for spirits, much as it likely was during their lifetimes. Now, Virginia City wasn't all doom and gloom. They knew how to have a good time too. And that's where Piper's Opera House comes in. This grand old theater has seen it all, from the booming laughter of miners to the elegant performances of traveling actors and singers. Mark Twain himself graced this stage, folks. Can you imagine the stories these walls could tell? But some stories, well, they don't end when the curtain falls. There's a presence here, folks. A feeling that the show must go on. Employees talk about strange noises coming from the stage when no one's around. Footsteps, music, the rustling of costumes. Some say it's the spirit of John Piper himself, the theater's namesake, still watching over his beloved opera house from beyond the grave. Others believe it's the countless performers who graced this stage, their energy and passion lingering long after the final curtain call. Now, if you're looking for a stiff drink and a ghostly encounter, look no further than the Delta Saloon in Virginia City. This old saloon has been slinging drinks since 1861, and let me tell you, it's soaked up its fair share of history and heartbreak. They say that back in the day, a gambler lost his entire fortune at a particular poker table. Driven to despair, he took his own life right there in the saloon. And now they say that this table is cursed. Anyone who dares to sit there experiences a string of bad luck, from minor mishaps to downright disasters. Bartenders have reported seeing objects move on their own near the table, glasses shattering for no apparent reason. Some say it's the restless spirit of the gambler still seeking revenge for his misfortune. No discussion of haunted Nevada would be complete without mentioning Area 51. This top-secret military base, located in the Nevada desert, has been the subject of countless conspiracy theories and paranormal investigations. What goes on behind those heavily guarded gates? Is it really a hub for extraterrestrial activity, as some believe? Or is it simply a high-security government facility, shrouded in secrecy? Whatever the truth may be, there's no denying the air of mystery and intrigue that surrounds Area 51. Stories abound of strange lights in the sky, unexplained disappearances, and encounters with beings not of this world. Area 51, officially known as Groom Lake, is a highly classified U.S. Air Force facility located within the Nevada Test and Training Range. Its history is intertwined with military testing, secret projects, and UFO conspiracies. The site was initially used during World War II as a remote location for artillery and aerial gunnery training. Its isolation made it an ideal spot for classified military activities. The dry lake bed at Groom Lake was discovered as a potential runway for aircraft testing in the early 1950s. The U.S. government officially established the facility to test the Lockheed U-2 spy plane, which was crucial during the Cold War for reconnaissance missions. The U-2 program needed a remote and secretive location to prevent Soviet detection. After the success of the U-2 program, the site became central to testing the A-12 Oxcart, the predecessor of the SR-71 Blackbird. The A-12 was a high-speed reconnaissance plane designed to evade radar detection. Area 51 was used for testing the D-21 tagboard, a high-altitude drone. The testing also expanded to stealth technology, which led to the development of the F-117 Nighthawk, the first operational stealth aircraft. Area 51 played a key role in testing other stealth technologies and advanced aviation projects, including the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber. Its secrecy during this period fueled conspiracy theories about extraterrestrial activity. Bob Lazar, a physicist who claimed to have worked at a site near Area 51 called S4, alleged he had seen alien spacecraft being studied and reverse-engineered there. His story popularized the belief that Area 51 was a hub for UFO research and alien technology. The facility's existence was officially acknowledged in a CIA document in 1993, but its purpose remained classified. This acknowledgement spurred curiosity and skepticism about what the government was hiding. The U.S. government declassified documents about the U-2 program, officially recognizing Area 51 for the first time. The documents clarified that many UFO sightings in the 1950s and 60s were likely due to high-altitude test flights. Area 51 continues to be a site for advanced military research and development. Its precise operations remain classified, but it is speculated to involve the testing of cutting-edge aviation technologies like drones and hypersonic aircraft. A few years ago, a satirical Facebook event titled "Storm Area 51, They Can't Stop All of Us" went viral, leading to a large gathering near the site. While the event was meant to be humorous, it reignited public interest in the base and its secrecy. Area 51's extreme secrecy and the surrounding airspace restrictions make it an enduring source of fascination. Myths include claims of alien autopsies, captured UFOs, and secret weapons programs. The U.S. government maintains that its purpose is national security and technological advancement, but the lack of transparency continues to fuel speculation. Area 51 symbolizes the intersection of government secrecy, technological innovation, and popular culture. It remains one of the most mysterious and iconic sites in the U.S., inspiring movies, books, and conspiracy theories about extraterrestrial life. Some reports of weird activity, such as unexplained lights, odd noises, or sensations of being watched, might not be paranormal at all, but instead connected to aircraft sound and visual phenomena, military experiments that create an atmosphere of mystery. If ghost stories about Area 51 exist, they are likely overshadowed by the much more dominant alien and UFO narratives. For now, Area 51 is more about extraterrestrial legends than earthly spirits. Next stop, Tonopah, Nevada, and a date with the Mizpah Hotel, a grand old dame with a heart of darkness. The hotel opened in 1908 as a luxurious 5-story establishment with opulent furnishings. It was named after the Mizpah mine, a major silver mining operation. Known as the finest stone hotel in the desert, the Mizpah became a center for miners, politicians, and travelers. This place has seen it all, folks, from the wild days of the silver boom to the quiet despair of economic hardship. But it's one particular spirit that's captured the imagination of locals and ghost hunters alike. The Lady in Red. Legend has it she was a beautiful prostitute, brutally murdered by a jealous lover in room 502. Now she roams the halls, a vision in red silk searching for peace she cannot find. Guests have reported seeing her apparition at the foot of their beds, smelling her lavender perfume in the air, and feeling an icy touch on their skin. They say she's particularly active during the full moon, her cries echoing through the empty hallways. The Lady in Red is a tragic figure, a reminder of the violence and desperation that often lurk beneath the surface of these boom towns. Next, our 2 ghostly children, believed to be a boy and a girl, are said to haunt the 3rd floor. The details of their deaths are unclear, but it is speculated they may have died in an accident or illness. Guests hear giggles, running footsteps, and have seen small, shadowy figures playing in the hallways. A ghost of a miner, likely connected to the silver boom days, is said to haunt the basement and other areas of the hotel. He is thought to be a miner who died under mysterious circumstances, possibly related to the Mizpah mine. Guests report seeing his apparition, feeling cold drafts, and hearing the clinking of mining tools. Several other unidentified spirits have been reported. including shadowy figures, disembodied voices, and a general feeling of unease in certain areas. The lobby, hallways, and individual rooms are often described as hotspots for paranormal activity. The violent and sudden deaths of several individuals are believed to anchor their spirits to the location. The area's mining boom brought a transient population, harsh working conditions, and occasional violence, creating a rich backdrop for lingering spirits. After years of decline, the hotel was closed in 1999. It reopened in 2011 after extensive renovations, restoring its historical charm. Restorations often stir up paranormal activity, as spirits may be awakened by the disruption of their environment. The Mizpah Hotel has been featured on numerous paranormal TV shows, such as Ghost Adventures and The Dead Files. Investigators have captured EVPs, electronic voice phenomena, unexplained movements, and other evidence of ghostly activity. The Mizpah Hotel remains a beloved destination for history buffs, ghost hunters, and those seeking a unique stay. Its combination of luxury, history, and hauntings makes it a fascinating place with stories to explore around every corner. Now, for those with a taste for the truly macabre, we gotta visit the Nevada State Prison in Carson City. This place housed some of the most hardened criminals in the West, and let me tell you, those walls have absorbed a whole lot of darkness. It operated for over 150 years, and in that time it saw its fair share of violence, despair, and death. Executions were carried out here, and the screams of the condemned are said to still echo through the cell blocks. Visitors and former guards alike have reported seeing shadowy figures lurking in the corridors, hearing the clang of cell doors slamming shut, and feeling an overwhelming sense of dread and despair. The prison was the site of Nevada's first execution by hanging in 1905, and later, numerous executions in the gas chamber after its installation in 1924. The last execution took place in 1979. Many inmates died within the prison due to violence, illness, and suicides, leaving a lingering sense of unrest. The prison was involved in riots and violent incidents throughout its operational years. One of the most infamous events occurred in 1982, when a riot led to multiple injuries and chaos. Events like this often leave behind residual energy. The prison was built near a limestone quarry, which inmates worked in. Some paranormal investigators believe that limestone can act as a conductor for spiritual energy, amplifying hauntings. Visitors, staff, and investigators have reported disembodied voices, cold spots, and apparitions. Some have even felt an eerie sense of being watched or followed while exploring the abandoned facility. One commonly reported ghost is that of an inmate who was executed and is said to haunt the gas chamber, with people claiming to hear faint whispers or feel a presence nearby. After the prison's closure in 2012, the facility fell into disrepair, which often enhances the eerie atmosphere and amplifies ghostly legends associated with the site. The Nevada State Prison, my friends, is a chilling reminder of the human capacity for both good and evil. Now, for a little taste of old Hollywood glamour, we gotta visit the Cala Resort, perched on the shores of Lake Tahoe. This place was once a playground for the rich and famous. In 1960, Frank Sinatra purchased the resort, turning it into a star-studded retreat. Sinatra invested heavily, expanding the property and adding a helicopter pad. During the 1930s, the resort gained a reputation as a haven for organized crime figures. Infamous mobsters such as Bugsy Siegel stayed at the property. It was during this time that underground tunnels were allegedly built to allow guests to move discreetly between rooms and across state lines. Stars like Marilyn Monroe, Sammy Davis Jr., and Dean Martin graced its halls, and the air crackled with excitement and intrigue. After Sinatra's ownership ended, the resort struggled to maintain its former glory. It changed hands multiple times, falling into disrepair. Efforts to revive the property were sporadic, with varying levels of success. Early in the year of 2010, the property was purchased by a developer with plans for a major renovation, but financial difficulties stalled the project. The resort's reputation as a haunted location stems from its turbulent past, the tragic events linked to it, and the aura of secrecy surrounding its celebrity and mobster clientele. Several factors contribute to its haunted status. Marilyn Monroe's last days were spent here, and her tragic death still casts a shadow over the resort. Guests have reported seeing her apparition by the pool, hearing her voice on the wind, and feeling a cold spot in the room. where she breathed her last. This resort, my friends, is a place where the echoes of laughter and music mingle with the whispers of tragedy and loss. The mysterious tunnels beneath the resort are said to be the source of much paranormal activity. Some believe these tunnels were used for illicit purposes during the mob era, and the residual energy from that time lingers. Reports of footsteps, whispers, and unexplained shadows are frequent in these areas. Guests have reported seeing lights flicker or turn on and off in unoccupied rooms. Conversations, laughter, and whispers have been heard in empty hallways and rooms. Dark, shadowy figures are often seen moving through the property, particularly near the tunnels and the original lodge area. Many visitors report feeling watched or experiencing sudden chills in certain areas. The combination of its glitzy past, mob ties, and tragic stories makes the Cala Resort a fascinating and eerie piece of American history. The resort has remained mostly closed, though there have been ongoing discussions about restoring it. Its legacy, however, continues to draw interest from fans of history, Hollywood, and the paranormal. And finally, we come to the Stardust Resort and Casino, a Las Vegas legend that's now just a pile of rubble. This place was once a gambler's paradise, its neon lights beckoning dreamers and high rollers from all over the world. But like many a Las Vegas landmark, its time eventually ran out, and it was demolished in a spectacular implosion. But they say that some spirits refuse to leave, even when the building itself is gone. The Stardust opened on July 2nd, 1958, with one of the largest casinos and hotels in Las Vegas at the time. Known for its futuristic atomic-themed signage, it became an icon of the Las Vegas Strip. It housed the largest casino in Nevada and was the first to incorporate a sportsbook into its operations. The Stardust was famous for hosting showgirl productions, including the long-running Lido de Perry Revue. The casino had deep ties to organized crime, particularly the Chicago outfit. Mobsters used the Stardust for money laundering, as portrayed in the movie Casino, which loosely depicted events surrounding the resort. Several mysterious disappearances and deaths linked to mob dealings have been associated with the casino. Some believe that the spirits of these individuals linger on the property, unwilling to rest. While the specifics are often anecdotal, several employees and guests are said to have died tragically at the resort. Sudden deaths, suicides, and accidents are common themes in Las Vegas casino lore, and the Stardust is no exception. These untimely deaths might contribute to the spectral energy people report in connection with the Stardust. After a series of ownership changes, financial scandals, and competition from newer resorts, the Stardust closed on November 1, 2006, and was demolished in March 2007 to make way for the never-completed Echelon Place project. Its land now hosts the resort's World Las Vegas. Construction workers at the site have reported seeing shadowy figures walking through the dust and debris, hearing the clinking of slot machines and feeling an eerie presence that defies explanation. The Stardust, my friends, is a reminder that in Las Vegas, the house always wins, even in death. Now, I know some people scoff at this, people who dismiss these stories as mere superstition, the product of overactive imaginations. And that's all right. Everyone's entitled to their beliefs. But I've seen enough, heard enough to know that there are things in this world that defy explanation, things that science can't quantify or dismiss. I've met the skeptics, the ones who come looking for proof, for tangible evidence to support these claims. And I've seen the look in their eyes when the EMF detector spikes, when the EVP captures a voice from beyond, when the unexplainable happens right before their very eyes. Whether you're a believer or a skeptic, one thing's for sure: this state has a way of challenging your perceptions, of making you question what you thought you knew about the world and the mysteries it holds. So why is this state so haunted? Maybe it's the land itself, this ancient, unforgiving desert that's seen empires rise and fall. Maybe it's the echoes of all those who came before, drawn by the promise of wealth and adventure, their hopes and dreams etched into the very soul of the state. Or maybe, just maybe, it's something more. Something we can't even begin to comprehend. Whatever the reason, it holds a grip on the imagination, a pull that draws us back time and time again, seeking answers in the whispers of the wind and the shadows of the past. One thing's for certain: it isn't for the faint of heart. It's a land of extremes, where the veil between this world and the next is thin, and the spirits of the past walk among us. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. As always, thanks for watching and be on the lookout for the next video.